Hey, in today's video, I'm going to show you 3 everyday blues bass turnarounds and walk-ups. I'll see you in the video. Hey guys, it's James here from eBassGuitar, and we are just in the process of relaunching our legendary 90-day Blues Bass Accelerator program. Now, this hasn't been live now in over a year, so I'm super excited. And to celebrate, we're putting out this 3-part mini-series. Today, I'm going to be covering 5 blues bass turnarounds and walk-ups. Now, if you haven't already done it, make sure you check out part 1, which is 5 everyday blues bass lines. And the second part of it is 5 everyday blues bass fills. So check that out. We've got links to that in the description below. Now over at eBassGuitar.com, I get asked a ton, how do you create those legendary blues bass walk-ups and turnarounds? So I'm going to take you through 5 techniques or skills to do so. Now we are going to use the backing track Austin Downfall from the 90-day Blues Bass Accelerator. Now this is inspired by the legendary Stevie Ray Vaughan, and I'm going to be showing you bass lines also inspired by his incredible bass player Tommy Shannon. Also, if this whets your appetite and you want to check out the Blues Bass Accelerator too, I put a link also in the description below. So Austin Downfall is a slow blues in the key of G using the regular 3 chords 1, 4 and 5. Now before I show you the walk-ups and turnarounds, we need a bass riff to work from, which will run throughout the sequence, and then we will modify it to show you these techniques. So let me play you a few bars of this with the Austin Downfall backing track so you can get a flavor of what this sounds like.
3, 4.
So the first technique I'm going to show you is a walk-up to get from chord 1 to chord 4, because this is what's called a quick 4 blues. Now to do this, we are going to use a technique called whole, half, half. And what this means is we're going from a G chord to a C chord. So what we're going to do is we're going to go play the root note, then we're going to go up a whole step, which is the A there, or you could catch the open A, doesn't matter. And then we're going to play the B flat, the B natural, and then that will land us on the C. So the pattern is whole step, half step, half step, and then landing on our target note. And we're going to play 2 notes for each one. So let me put that in the blues sequence so you can hear what that sounds like.
2, 3, 4.
So that's the whole, half, half approach. Now, the second technique I want to show you is very similar, but you just view it a little bit differently in your head. And what you're doing is you're approaching your target note from 3 half steps below. And we can use this from bar 2 to bar 3 of the blues, where we're going from the C7 chord back to the G7 chord. So let me show you how this works. So we're going to play our 2 Cs, and then our target note is the G here, and we're going to approach this from 3 half steps below. Now 3 half steps below is our open E, our F, F sharp and G. So we end up with this bass line. And the crucial thing is to see those 3 half steps or chromatic notes leading up to our target note. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the first 2 bars together so you can hear technique 1 and technique 2 together. So we have this. Super cool, and very straightforward too. So let's put that with a backing track so you can hear it in context.
2, 3, 4.
Now for technique number 3, I'm going to use what's called the descending scalic approach. And this works from going from bar 4 of the blues into bar 5 of the blues. So the G7 chord to the C chord in bar 5. So how this works is we end up the octave on the G here, and then we come down a dominant 7th scale like this. Or you could think of it as whole step, half step, whole step. So whole step, half step, whole step, and then we land on our target note. And so we end up with this pattern. And then onwards. So the first 4 bars sound like this. And don't forget, our bass or core riff just slots in any time we don't have a walk up or walk down to put in. So here's technique 1, 2, and 3 with the backing track.
2, 3, 4.
Now technique number 4 is what I call the descending whole half half. Now this works great from going from the C7 chord, chord 4, to the G7 chord, chord 1. And it's the reverse of the very first technique that I showed you. So let's take this apart. So we're starting on the C chord, and then we go a whole step down to the B flat, and then a half step, which is the A, and then another half step, which is the A flat, and then that lands us on chord 1, which is the G7 chord. So in context, it sounds like this. So let's put those first 4 techniques into the 12-bar blues sequence.
2, 3, 4.
Guys, we are halfway through this video right now, and I've got a very quick favor to ask you. If you're watching this on YouTube and you're enjoying this lesson, please do me this quick favor. Can you hit the red subscribe button, which is somewhere around this video? And what this means is the more people we have subscribed to the eBassGuitar YouTube channel, the more we can grow the reach of the eBassGuitar YouTube channel. And this means for you guys, the more great free bass educational content we can keep putting out there. So please hit that red subscribe button, and it's a win-win for everybody, and will just help the world go round. Now we're almost there. We've been through the first 4 techniques, and technique 5 is the legendary blues turnaround, and I'm going to take you through one of the most common ones in just a second. But the great thing about the 4 skills that I've shown you so far is you can use them in other places in the blues sequence. So in bar 8 we can add the chromatic approach to get from the G chord to the D chord. It sounds like this. Like so. And then in bar 10, to get back from the C7 chord to the G7 chord, we can use technique 4 again. So, and it really comes down to your own personal taste, how often you put these walk ups and walk downs in. Now it's time to look at the legendary turnaround. Now the turnaround here is 2 beats of G7, 2 beats of C7, 2 beats of G7, and then 2 beats of D7, and this happens in bar 11 and 12 of the blues sequence. So one of my favorite blues turnarounds is this. So let's take that apart. So we start on a G, and then we go up to the B, and then we go to the C to take us to the C chord on beat 3, and then we have a chromatic note. So this is the first bar, C sharp there on the end, and then we go to the D chord here. So, and what that is 2 Ds, and then we play the D again, and we play this triplet. So we're going to play 3 notes in the second beat. So it's D, C, C sharp, D, and then we just land on the D for the rest of the bar. I'll play that in isolation once again. And then back to the beginning of the sequence. Now you have a whole blues sequence that you can play through with 4 different walk-ups and walk-downs and legendary turnaround. So let's put it all together so you can hear what it sounds like. I'll play it once exactly as the PDF which comes with this lesson so you can see all of the techniques written down, and then I'm going to go a little bit off piste and show you some of my own ideas so you can see where this can go.
3, 4.
Guys, that's it for the end of this little 3-part mini series. Now, if you've enjoyed it and you've got a ton from it, please make sure you do check out the 90-day Blues Bass Accelerator, because at the time of making this video, it is launching really soon and you can save your spot. The 90-day Blues Bass Accelerator is a 90-day program where you work with me and the eBassGuitar coaching team, and we work through 6 legendary blues tracks, installing all of the most important foundational blues bass concepts into your playing. We cover artists such as Eric Clapton, Jack Bruce and Cream, through to B.B. King, through to Stevie Ray Vaughan, through to Ray Charles, through to Gary Moore. There is so much in there, and it works for players who've only just been playing a few months through to players that have many years of experience under their belt. So if you want to save your spot for the Blues Bass Accelerator or check out when it is next launching, there is a link in the description below. Cheers, and I really hope to see you on the 90-day Blues Bass Accelerator.